going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign of what's going to happen.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory. It shows you how the world really works. Also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love. Especially, I got a lot of love because of that Binance. And then also, those who are shopping at both stores, much love to you. Now, of course, guys, we're going to get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. Yesterday, guys, we had a small dip. And then last night, we started to move up. And of course, this morning, Bitcoin hits 1 trillion market cap. Now, guys, we have tripled the market cap in 3 months. That's right, guys, 3 months. So we know the Fed is doing what? Pumping Tether. And of course, Tether is pumping the cryptos. And now we finally have JP Morgan admits that. JP Morgan says that crypto is a poor hedge for a downturn in equities. Now, we also had JP Morgan state that if anything was to happen to Tether, that Bitcoin and cryptos would collapse. Is that correct? Yes, it is. But do we see that happening anytime soon, guys? No, we do not. We see the Fed pumping Tether, guys. It's not like we can't see it. We see it on a daily basis. But JP Morgan is finally admitting that Tether is pumping cryptos. We finally get the bank to admit exactly what they're doing. But guys, we're going to keep riding this wave. Especially if you are a trader, keep riding it. Keep making the money. Because as we know, this does not end well. Now we have Binance is on a tear. Yesterday in my video, I stated it was almost at 200. Today, guys, is almost at 300. And we know Binance is not decentralized, guys. It's all centralized. This is all part of a plan. Remember, guys, the fourth industrial revolution. Remember, cryptos are not going anywhere. Don't let anybody sell you that. We know what the end game is. The media is not going to tell you why the cryptos are sitting there. It's just not for payment. It's to take this old legacy system and move it over to blockchain, tokenization, cryptos. We know this. But I received an email from one of the actual listeners. Binance went down for maintenance, and 2 hours later, guys, they come storming back. So, guys, they must got the algorithms together, and they went blasting off. But just like I stated, guys, Binance is definitely centralized. But, guys, make sure you are focused on the indicators. We have volume. We have Tether, as we know. Tether is so important. We see it keep getting pumped hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on a daily basis. We have USDC. Make sure you keep an eye on that. The Fed facilities. Remember March 31st. And then also, guys, on the 26th, we didn't get a big dip. We just got a small dip because of back yesterday. But the Fed steamrolled it. But we do have Bitcoin futures on the 26th and then also Ethereum. Make sure you get yourselves in position. Make sure you're looking at the actual indicators so we can see the direction of where this actual market is going. The 26th is so important of this month, and the 31st of next month, guys, is so important because it's going to give us a whole outlook of how the rest of the year is going to go. But remember what I stated. We always get a correction first quarter. Yes, I know everything is bright, but guys, we know it's definitely going to be a pullback. We don't know the exact time, but we can get ourselves in position to make sure that we are prepared. And that's taking profits when you can, and then also decide what you want to hodl when we actually take that downturn, because it will come one. We know what the Fed is doing. It's not by chance that we're pumping. We see Binance coin go ballistic. Guys, it's all a pump. It's all an illusion. Make your money, but do not have any emotional attachment. Ride it. I advised y'all about Binance when it was at $38. Now we see it almost at $300. Binance is always a signal. I'm letting you know. But let's get over into the actual crypto news. We have the SEC investigation in Ripple Labs is heating up. Says Ripple manipulated the price. Now, guys, we see all these cryptos manipulated. So that's not a big deal, is it, guys? No, it is not. We know Tether is manipulating the whole crypto market. So if that's the case, the SEC should come down on the whole crypto market. But we know, guys, this is all part of the plan. Sit back, let it play out. Now we have the Canadian Bitcoin ETF nears 100 million in volume the first few hours of trading. So guys, you want to invest, remember that's on the Canadian Stock Exchange, Fidelity, Ameritrade. Of course, they allow you to have international accounts if you do want to invest. The ticker is BTCC. Now we have Bermuda to pilot a digital dollar for rum sales using the Stellar network. So we are still seeing real use cases. Remember, Bitcoin is at 1 trillion with everybody holding. And that is scary. Plus, you have Bitcoin Lightning working in the background that's actually going to be used for actual payments. So, guys, when it comes to actually the gold versus Bitcoin narrative, make sure you are diversified. Until the actual regulation comes and says, hey, Bitcoin is going to be pegged to gold, and yes, it's at 1 trillion. Of course, gold is at 10 trillion. But we definitely need to see that happen. If not, please stay diversified, guys. The central banks are the biggest gold holders. We have Grayscale and all the puppets that come out that says that Bitcoin is the new digital gold. But the central banks are not stating that they're getting rid of their gold to buy Bitcoin. So, guys, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. Just like I stated, stay diversified. I'm an older guy, so I remember my grandmother telling me where they went to people's houses at gunpoint and took your gold. So guys, it would not surprise me if the central banks is selling an illusion, an elixir again to get you out of your gold. So therefore, the older generation still has to teach the younger generation, don't give up your gold. Buy your Bitcoin. It's wonderful. You're making a lot of money. But take some of that profit and put into gold. Gold is not going anywhere until you see the central banks get rid of it. Now we have the Fortune 500 firm Geely to launch joint blockchain venture in China. And guys, we know blockchain is definitely the future. That's one thing that everybody agrees on. But we know crypto is a part of that blockchain. Now we have the UK firm launches services for company treasuries to invest in Bitcoin. And remember, guys, in my earlier video, I went over this yesterday. If these corporations are taking their cash on hand, not investing it, reinvesting it back in the company to grow the company, hire employees, just buying Bitcoin so the shareholders benefit while these companies make no profits, not trying to grow. The only thing they're benefiting is the actual shareholders, while the economies are being destroyed. And we see that. The New World Order is definitely taking over. And don't get me wrong, I've personally made a lot of money with this. But the fact is, I don't let that money blind me from reality. It just doesn't make sense. Now we have the Portuguese power company to accept Bitcoin for electricity payments. And guys, That's what I'm talking about. You have Bitcoin, a store of value, and then you have these companies wanting to accept it for actual payments. We know Bitcoin was set up for payments. We know this whole narrative of a store of value only happened about 3 years ago. So do not forget that. Bitcoin was set up for payments. We know Bitcoin Lightning, that's what they're going to do. What Bitcoin Core is going to do is just sit there, and then Bitcoin Lightning is going to move these payments on the second layer, along with these stable coins. And then, of course, we have Facebook Diem, which is a stable coin attached to the US dollar. But lastly, guys, we have BitMEX. Arthur Haynes is back. And remember, I did a video on him recently. So, guys, he's saying that the old system needs to be boycotted. So the legacy system needs to go. And, of course, DeFi, crypto needs to come forward. So what do we know? That's right, guys. They paid him. We know he's the puppet. We also have the other puppet come out, Gene Simmons. Now, why Gene Simmons, I don't know. But he's all over the place now. But he says that he bought 300,000 of Cardano. First it was Dogecoin. Now it's Cardano. Guys, when they're bringing all the puppets out, what's going to happen? It's getting media attention. And with media attention, what comes? Uneducated investors. That's right. So, guys, that's what they want. So definitely, guys, please educate your friends and family. You know, I always tell you that, even though you always push back on me. Please educate your friends and family. Let them understand that cryptos are not going anywhere. But when it comes to investments, what goes up? Exactly. Must come down. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, don't forget both links are in the description. Book links and crypto links. The stock channel, guys, don't forget about the stocks. You have the Cryptoteacher stock channel. Like, subscribe, spread it everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, you got that home stocks to see where the biotech stocks to keep pumping and dumping. And while everybody's at home getting free money and waiting on that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.